Who makes the cut for the ultimate Real Madrid legends of the 21st century? I have had a tough time choosing with a galaxy of superstars to pick from, but the choices are made. The legends are lined up. Here's my personal selection of Real Madrid's greatest since 2000. Let's meet the icons. The guardians of the net. But who stands out at the mightiest? Bodo Illgner, a wall in the historical La Septima, Keylor Navas, the Costa Rican sensation who won 3 consecutive Champions League titles, Thibaut Courtois, giant defining an era. Yet, soaring above is Iker Casillas, the Saint, Madrid's homegrown legend. With more than 700 games, 5 La Liga triumphs and 3 Champions League crowns, not to mention that World Cup save against Arjen Robben in the final 2010 that became a Spanish national treasure. A leader, a captain, and a savior during the La Decima triumph. Casillas isn't just a name, it's a legacy etched into the heart of Madridismo. He is without a doubt the #1 goalkeeper for Real Madrid. Defenders, the unsung guardians of the goal. Madrid has witnessed defensive titans like Cannavaro, the Ballon d'Or winner, but not quite the Real Madrid legend. Ivan Helguera, Manolo Sanchez, Pepe, Rafael Varane, Nacho, Carvajal or Michel Salgado. But our dream defense is reserved for 3 legends. Right defender, Fernando Hierro, the rock-solid defender with the soul of a striker. His leadership, unmatched. Goals, a whopping 102. A defender with the heart and cannon of a forward. Next to him, I choose Sergio Ramos as the central defender. Captain, warrior. The man's a living highlight reel. With hair that stayed perfect even in the 90th minute, he wasn't just a defender, he was a goal threat, and his timing, impeccable. Whether it's a last gasp header or getting a red card, Ramos did it all with flair. Some say the only thing tougher than a diamond is Sergio Ramos on a mission. We say, gracias Captain Fantastic. He's one of the best central defenders in the history of football. Picking our left defender was a battle of legends. Marcelo's wizardry or Roberto Carlos' rocket fuel. In the end, Roberto Carlos won the race. And not just because he could probably outrun us all. His left foot was a force of nature, bending the ball and the rules of physics with that legendary goal against France. Moreover, his free kicks are a masterclass in precision and power, deserving of their own showcase in YouTube's Hall of Fame. Marcelo might have finesse and won the most titles in Real Madrid's history with Benzema together. But Roberto Carlos had the audacity and the artillery. He didn't just defend, he defined an era at Real Madrid. One thunderbolt at a time. What a legend. Speaking of legends, do you remember players like Fernando Redondo, Guti, Clarence Seedorf, Claude Makelele, Kaká, Mesut Özil, David Beckham, Xabi Alonso, Ángel Di María, Snyder, Isco, Toni Kroos, or now Jude Bellingham, who is on his way to become a future legend for the club. It's a shame to not pick any of them outstanding midfielders, but let's turn to the chosen ones. When discussing midfield royalty, Zidane is our king. The man didn't just play football, he composed symphonies with his feet. He's not just a part of Real's history, he is the history teacher we all wished we had. His game sense, out of this world. A football had a Zen mode, it would be named after him, Zinedine Zidane. And that volley in the Champions League final against Bayer Leverkusen in 2002, it wasn't just a goal, that was art hanging in the Louvre.
Carlos popped into the penalty area towards Zidane.
Next to Zizou, I pick Croatia's greatest player of all time, Luka Modric. Ever seen Luka Modric lose the ball? Me neither. He's the man who keeps the midfield ticking. What makes him so special? He's the guy who brought the Ballon d'Or back to midfielders, ending a decade of striker domination. Real Madrid's midfield metronome. The guy who's got more control over the ball than a gamer on a console. Ah, Figo, the bold adventurer who could change a game with a flick of his boot. He wasn't just crossing balls, he was delivering presence, and boy, did the strikers love unwrapping those. He was an escape artist, slipping through tackles with a grin. His transfer from Barcelona to Real Madrid in 2000 was Florentino Perez's first marquee signing, a clear sign of ambition that helped Madrid clinch the La Liga title that season after a 4-year gap. His transfer made history, but it was the start of the infamous Galactico era. Hold on, 3 defenders, 3 midfielders. If I am counting correctly, that leaves us with 4 strikers. I know, guys, that sounds like a FIFA lineup and it's a bit unrealistic. But, well, it is. I know, but what can I do? Real Madrid just had so many outstanding offensive players since 2000, it is crazy. Oh boy, attackers like Morientes, Higuaín, Robinho, Robben, Van Nistelrooy, Gareth Bale, or nowadays Vinicius Junior. With such a wealth of talent to choose from, it's no wonder our front line is a bit crowded. But let's meet the Elite Four who have lit up the pitch and etched their names into the history books. Obviously, he is not a right winger, but today in my dream team lineup he is. Karim Benzema has become a Real Madrid icon. His 14 seasons have seen him score 354 goals in 648 games, making him the club's second top scorer. He has won 25 titles since 2009, including 5 Champions Leagues, tying with Marcelo as Real's most decorated player. Fans have loved watching his goals, especially during his amazing 2022 season, where he scored 44 times and topped the scoring charts in the Champions League and La Liga. His performances earned him the 2022 Ballon d'Or and UEFA Player of the Year. Next to him, Raúl. Raúl. The name resonates with the essence of Real Madrid. A prodigious talent from the youth academy, he danced through defenses for 16 seasons, netting 323 times in 741 appearances. A true Blancos legend. His number 7 became synonymous with relentless drive and a knack for clutch goals. Raúl wasn't just a forward, he was a captain, an inspiration, embodying the Madridista spirit. He wasn't about flashy moves, just pure game-winning instincts. Madrid fans still reminisce about his classic chips and his unerring ability to find the net in big games. His legacy, unmatched. A symbol of Real's rich history and a standard for all who followed. El Fenomeno, or as I like to call him, the original Ronaldo. Wasn't just a striker, he was probably the striker in the history of football. His time at Real Madrid was like a highlight reel set to samba music. He scored 104 goals in 177 games, and each one was a party starter. Even though he never won the Champions League in his career, let's be honest, he won our hearts every single match day. Watching him play was like being at the Rio Carnival, except the floats were defenders, and instead of dancing around them, he just danced past them. His trademark stepovers were more dizzying than a night out in Madrid. And when he sprinted towards goal, defenders might as well have been in flip-flops on the beach trying to catch him. The man turned the Bernabeu into his own personal Zambadrome, and every goal was a parade. One can only imagine his potential if it hadn't been for all those injuries. But do you know what is even better than having Ronaldo in your team? Having two Ronaldos in your team. Cristiano Ronaldo completes as a left winger our Real Madrid Dream Team of the 21st century. CR7, Mr. Champions League. He has won more individual titles than other big clubs have titles. 451 goals in 438 games. Number one goal scorer in the history of the biggest club in the world.
Looking to play in Ronaldo. It is Ronaldo. It's fantasy hero. Retreads the ball.
No more words needed. Please just enjoy the GOAT show.
Looking to play in Ronaldo. It is Ronaldo. It's 2-1 United. The theatre lives its dream. Able to advance and played in for Cristiano Ronaldo to score. It's him again. It's always him. Ronaldo! They've got it in a hurry. Greenwood had a pop.
That's the final whistle on our journey through Real Madrid's constellation of stars. A lineup that reads like a who is who of football royalty, each player a chapter in the epic saga that is Los Blancos. From the magic of the Bernabeu to the thrill of the last-minute victories, these legends didn't just play the game, they defined an era. So, Madridistas, who would make your cut? Share your dream team and keep the legacy alive. Hasta la próxima!